predicted in the Bible that we would be hating and killing one another.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, that killing that happened to Tyre Nichols, that's the proof to you. That you know what that proves? That's an example that us having more black police officers is not going to stop us as blacks and Hispanics, Native Indians from dying and being killed.
One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west till the death till they bury me.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you.
Say what now?
So that the man that is tender among you.
Go ahead.
And very delicate.
And delicate. It's talking about us as blacks and Hispanics. That brother that's delicate and among you. That's what happened to Tyre Nichols, man. That young man was going back home and got killed a few blocks from his house. He was murdered by 5 brothers, our own kind. This was predicted in the Bible, man. If we didn't listen to the Lord our Father to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we had that hate towards one another, man. We had that evil eye towards one another. We want to sleep with our own brothers' wives. We want to deal drugs to our brothers. We hate our brothers. We want to kill each other. But let an oppressor step up in the church and murder all those blacks. We'll forgive them so damn quick.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Say what now?
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Now what does that mean? What does that mean? Your eyes shall be evil towards your brother. Well, let me ask you a question. How do you commit evil amongst yourselves? We do that every day. We do that every day in our own communities and neighborhood. We commit acts of evil towards one another. And that act that those 5 police officers committed amongst our brother was evil. That was downright evil. And you know what? We learn that from the best people. We learn that from our oppressors because they do that every day to us, and we follow after them. And you know what? You know why we did that? We did that because we follow after America, and that's what America does to us. And you know what's crazy? We say that all the time as blacks and Hispanics. You hear that. But you know what? I want to become a police officer so I can make a change. You can't make a change from the outside. You got to make a change from the inside. But what was the change that with him? What was the change that with Tyre Nichols? What was the change that with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, that just proves that they were evil. It just proves that, it just proves that us becoming police officers or working for law enforcement is not going to change any damn thing. It don't matter how much police reforms that we have or how much sensitivity training we have. They've been doing that since the last time I can remember. But last time I checked, didn't they have what happened? Didn't they have the same sensitivity training with George Floyd? What happened to that? He still got choked out. That brother got choked out, called for his mama. Tyre Nichols did the same thing. He called for his mama when he was killed. Or Salaka when he was beaten at the time. Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children. Kanwakan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you, and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
And that's what's going on now, man. We got so much evil that's going on because that was a curse that was placed upon us because we were so hard-headed. We were so hard-headed against the Lord our Father. We decided to break God's laws, and now we're living in this curse right now. Every day we walk down the streets, black people, we fighting one another. We can't get no peace in our own household. We can't get no peace at the job. We can't get no peace in the streets nowhere with our own kind. We bickering back and forth, our brothers and our sisters, fighting and killing one another, man. And that's what happened. And you know, and for whatever, and I read different stories and seen stuff on social media. I guess the brothers knew each other. I had an issue. Regardless of what an issue they had, those brothers should have put that aside. That brother should still be alive to this day.
That's right.
Read it, hey brother, if you do me a favor, I want you to read this article real quick. This is from NBC.
It took 26 minutes for a stretcher to appear at the spot where Tyre Nichols was slumped over.
It took how long now?
26 minutes for a stretcher to appear at the spot where Tyree Nichols was slumped over.
Now hold on, you said he was slumped over. Now last time I checked, if the police comes out to arrest you or something, you're not supposed to be slumped over. Something must have happened to this brother. What happened? They beat that brother to a pulp. They beat him so bad they had to call the stretcher out. Took them 25 to 26 minutes to get to him. Now there's no telling what happened to that brother or what was going on in those 25 to 26 minutes. Keep going.
Over on the ground after a Memphis police officer was first seen appearing to kick him in the face.
Whoa, slow down. Read that last part again, brother.
After a Memphis police officer was first seen appearing to kick him in the face.
Now, do you see what's going on? Do you see now what the problem is? Now, these were 5 black men, 5 black police officers, and I believe 2 to 3 of them was Omega Psi Phi, if I'm not mistaken. Now, ain't they supposed to be teaching brotherhood? Correct me if I'm wrong, but those so-called fraternities, are they not supposed to be about brotherhood? Are they not? So they're supposed to be about, so I mean, like somebody check, I mean, that's not brotherhood. That don't sound like brotherhood to me. 3 of those officers was Omega Psi Phi, but they sat up there and beat that brother and murdered that brother. This is ridiculous. This is the part of the curse I've been reading in Deuteronomy right now. Our eyes evil towards our own brother. Keep going.
That was according to one of the 4 videos authorities released Friday night capturing the brutal assault on 29-year-old Nichols, who was pulled over during a January 7th traffic stop and was dead 3 days later.
Good, nice. So that means that brother, he died 3 days later after he was beat. Now this is what we decided to follow after America. We decided to follow after this one. We decided to follow after America, and this is the conditions that we in. Brother, you still got that Deuteronomy?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Now this not the way that's not what was supposed to happen, man. We're supposed to treat our brother with love. We're not supposed to do that. Keep going.
And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Drop that, if you will. Give me Lamentations 4:17. I can show you the same thing, and I'll show you these curses. I'll show you all this was a prophecy in the Bible. That brother right now should still be alive. And if you go right now on CNN, if you see the interview that his mother did with Don Lemon, she stated, and I quote her, she said she felt like she had a sharp pain that was in her stomach. Well, little did she know, moments later, the police come knocking on her door to tell her that her son was laid up in the hospital. Now that has to tell you something, man, that's something that's spiritual. That's something that's spiritual. His mother had to sit up there and go through something like that and watch her son, watch her baby, lose his life like that. Brother, you got that?
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes have as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
So like, hold on, slow down. Read that one more time, brother.
Because we wasn't brave.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us.
As for who?
As for us.
It's talking about us Israel. As for us. Keep going.
Our eyes as yet failed.
Our eyes have yet failed. Why is the book of Lamentations that our eyes have yet failed? Our eyes has failed us. You know why? Because what are we looking at?
For our vain help.
Say what?
For our vain help.
Vain help. Vain means what? Means nothing. Means utterly nothing. For vain help. Our eyes has failed us because we look for help for a nation of people that cannot save us. For a nation of people that cannot help us. For a nation of people that's not our people that could give a damn about us. We look for our help. Our help, we look for them. Instead of looking for what we should be looking to, instead of looking upon the Lord, we're looking at our oppressors for help. That's what we look for. And then in return, they put a knife in our backs. That's what we look for help.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation.
For a what?
For a nation that could not save us.
For a nation, another group of people. We are looking among another nation, another group of people for our sake to come and save and help us. That's what we look up to. That's how destroyed we are as a people. We are so destroyed as a people, man. When you go back and look at that video, you get and I got a weak stomach for certain things like that. I couldn't even look at the video. But looking at videos like that and George Floyd, when those brothers were being beat, you know what the main thing they were saying? They was calling for their mother. They was calling for their mother. Now think about how destroyed you gotta be as a people. Because most people that get in trouble or something happens, you know who we call for? We're gonna call for our fathers or our brothers. We don't call for some sort of male figure. We don't call for our mothers, but that's how destroyed we are. George Floyd called for his mother as well, and his mother was dead. Well, his brother Tyree Nichols did the same thing. He called for his own mother. He was right down the street from his own household for losing his life.
Everybody does.
This is the book of Lamentations chapter 4 verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain hope. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us.
That's how destroyed we are. Because we look for another nation of people to come and save us. When we get in trouble and we need help, you know what we turn around to do? We think that we need to go march and protest. We think that we need to go vote. We think that that's what's going to save us. Instead of turning back to here to the Bible and cracking open this book and reading what's in there and what we need to do to get help from the Lord. When we get in trouble and we need help, we don't go seeking the Lord. When we get in trouble and we need help, we go seeking justice from America. The same America that turns around and puts a knife in our back. The same America that put us on the ships. The same America that enslaved us. That's what we gonna look for help for. We think we supposed to get some sort of crime bill. We think we supposed to get some sort of laws or policies put into place for us, like the Asian crime bill. That's what we gonna look for. We gonna look for our oppressors for justice. But little do we know, man, we should be coming back to this. This is for our salvation. We go looking for relief from America, from our oppressors, from other nations of people. Keep going.
Verse 18, they hunt our steps.
What?
They hunt our steps.
What did they do to Tyree Nichols, man? They was hunting his steps. The same way George Zimmerman did to Trayvon Martin, man. They hunting our steps. It's like they hunting for us, man. It's like they lurking. Every time you see the police officer, man, every time you see them, you driving in your car, your heart starts rushing fast when they get behind you. Come on, man. They hunting for our steps. We the ones that's getting killed. And the sad thing about that, man, that was our own people. There was 5 brothers that murdered that brother. Beat him to a pulp, man. That, you know what I'm saying? And you know why? Because they was carrying the same spirit of our oppressors. They might as well have been Gentiles. They might as well have been heathens.
That we cannot go in our streets.
You damn right we can't go into our streets. That brother got murdered right in front of, might as well be in front of his household. Like I read the reports and I read the article. That brother was literally down the street from his house. He was within his neighborhood. He was murdered. He was beat right there. Died 3 days later, man. That's crazy and that's sad. But that goes to show you, man, that goes to show you that's the true spirit of America. When you follow after America, you also adopt the spirit of America. Go ahead.
Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come.
Well, our end is near, man, because that brother end was near. And he knew it. That brother felt helpless, like it was nothing he could do. That brother felt helpless, like it was nothing he could do. And the only thing he could do was call upon his mama. Brother, drop that and give me Jeremiah 14:2. And let's see what the book of Jeremiah, let's see what Jeremiah has to say about that. Jeremiah 14:2. That's how destroyed we are, man. You got five police officers, 5 black men that murdered that brother, beat that brother for without a cause. This was all a prophecy, something that was prophesied in the Bible if we wouldn't keep the laws of the Bible.
Come. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourning.
Say what?
Judah mourning.
Judah mourning, man. We the ones that's out there mourning, man. Every time you turn on the TV, you look at the news, or you go on your phone, you look at social media, who do you see being beat and being murdered in the streets right now? Last time I checked, I don't see a bunch of oppressors out there being murdered and beat in the streets. I don't see that. When I look and I see blacks, when I see people that have been beat and murdered in the streets, it's my people, man. It's black and brown, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. That's who I see that's been beaten and killed and murdered in the streets. That's who I say. And the Bible's saying that Judah mourning. Now Judah can't be everybody. It can't be. It can't be everybody. Otherwise, everybody would be mourning. But when I look at TV, I don't see everybody mourning. I only see one of the people that's mourning, man. And that's God's chosen people. Keep going.
And the gates thereof language.
What?
And the gates thereof language.
One more time.
And the gates thereof language.
Now what does that mean? The gates thereof language. Well, first of all, what is the purpose of a gate? The purpose of a gate is to keep what's in and what's out. It's set up as a barrier, as a protection, like a house or a home or a property. You set up a fence or a gate for protection, to protect what you have, what's in there, to protect things that are outside that's trying to come in. That's what a gate is. And the Bible is saying that Judah mourning. Mourning means to be sad, right? It's saying that Judah mourning and the gates thereof have language. So our protection, that's what the gate is. The gate is for our protection. And language just means something that has weakened. And it's saying that the gates have language, and our protection have language. Meaning our protection, or what's supposed to be our protection, has grown weak, has failed us. Because you know what? As blacks and Hispanics, you know what we gotta do? We gotta look up, when we look up for protection, you know who we gotta look up to? You know what we call? When we call for protection, you know what we gotta call as black men? We gotta call for our mamas. That's what we gotta call for protection. You know why? Because our oppressor has destroyed our fathers, has gotten a black man out of our own household. So we don't have our fathers in our household, let alone if we even know who our father is. So that's why when we gotta look for protection, we gotta call for our mamas. But we so damn destroyed. You know who we should be calling on out of line? You know who we should be calling on for protection? We should be calling on the Lord. We should be calling on the Most High. But instead, we so damn destroyed, we calling on our mothers, man. We calling on our mothers. We calling on our mother for protection. So that's how destroyed we are. Go ahead.
They are black until the ground.
What?
They are black until the ground.
Spell black. B-L-A-C-K. It says it now, black unto the ground, man. This Bible is for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We all God's chosen people. We are the ones that's been destroyed. We are the ones that's being killed out here, man. That brother should have never lost his life. That was a horrible thing, and no parent should ever have to deal with something like that. Keep going.
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
Say what?
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
That's how sad we are, because that's the cries. That's who's crying right now. Who's crying on the streets? It's us. We the ones that's crying, because we're the ones that's mourning. We're the only one that's mourning. I don't. Look, you tell me the last time you heard a scene of a so-called Jewish man being beaten in the street by the police. Please tell me. Please tell me. I know it says Judah mourning, but they can't be the true Jews that the Bible's talking about. Right. Because these curses don't fit them. They can't be. Right. They can't be the true Jews of the Bible, man. They don't fit them. We the ones that's destroyed our hell. We don't have that protection. And you know what? And this entire story, this entire story of Tyree Nichols or George Floyd or Eric Garner or any other black man that's dealing with the police, those stories like this proves as an example that you've been a black person becoming a police officer, it's not going to solve your issue. That's right. That's not going to solve it. That's not going to stop the so-called black on black. That's not going to stop black on black crime. That's not. That's not going to solve the issue. That's not. What we should be calling on is the Lord. That's what we should be doing. That's what we should be putting our trust in. But instead, you know who we got to call? We think we should call, what's his name, Al Sharpton. We think we got to call Al Sharpton or D.L. Hughley. We look at them for protection. Thank you, Ben Crump. We think we got to go to those people. We look at them for protection and calling them. We think we got to go march and vote and protest. But that goes to show you, it doesn't matter about your police reforms. It doesn't matter about your police reforms or your sensitivity training. I mean, it ain't but so much sensitivity training in the damn world. Like, damn, bro. So if I can ask the question, what sensitivity training do I need for not beating you in the street? What's the sensitivity training for that? What type of sensitivity training do I need for not beating another man in the street? Do I really need sensitivity training on that, man? Read that one more time, man. Last verse, Jeremiah 14:2.
I don't need to know what's the biggest.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
And with that, Israel, that's my time, man. We the ISUPK, man, started in 1969, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commander General YAHANNA. If you are not in the ISUPK, you are not in the truth. Shalom.
Con out of one con when it's wartime.
Can't be lukewarm, gotta make up your mind. If you ain't heard nothing, you better hear this rhyme. When it go down, you gon' have to be with your kind. Ain't no laughing, ain't no joking on the battlefield. If you don't follow the order, you could get us all killed. Ain't no thing to grab the block and burst and squeeze mine. You gon' learn to do it, not the second, but the first time. 223, 308, AR-15 rifle. Warring with the dragon like I'm the Archangel Michael. I got hand grenades, I pull the pin and throw it at you quicker. I can say a prayer and send them evil curses, now you sick. If we do what the Lord tell us to do, Babylon will fall. I'm gon' do what Saul didn't do, and I'm gon' kill them all. It's time to kill, not heal, it's time to break them down, know who you are. Ain't no time to love, it's time to hate these heathens, time for war.
Lace your boots when it's wartime. Go and get a sword when it's wartime. Girt your loins when it's wartime. Out of one con when it's wartime. Lace your boots when it's wartime. Go and get a sword when it's wartime. Girt your loins when it's wartime. Out of one con when it's wartime.